top energy from you, said no one ever. I'm a Catholic, she's a Catholic. I can never do wrong. I'm so innocent. This is my song. But when I'm flirting, when she's flirting, I'm a stone cold top. What do you mean? I'm so innocent for this. I'm a stone cold top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, she's a top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, I'm a stone cold top. I know everything, I know everything. I feel top energy from you, but no one ever. I'm a stone cold top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, she's a top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, I'm a stone cold top. I know everything, I know everything. I feel top energy from you, said no one ever. I like to act confident, like I know what to say. I like to tease you, I like to play in my way. But when you say, get on the bed, I lose my cool and I get in my head. I'm a stone cold top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, she's a top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, I'm a stone cold top. I know everything, I know everything. I feel top energy from you, but no one ever. I like to act so sassy, but it's not a lie. Because I know deep down I'm a bottom inside. I'm a bottom inside. I'm not a furry. I'm not a furry. I'm not a furry. I'm a stone cold top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, she's a top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, I'm a stone cold top. I know everything, I know everything. I feel top energy from you, but no one ever. I'm innocent, I'm a top. I'm not a furry, but deep down I know bottom inside. I'm a stone cold top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top, she's a top, she's a stone cold top.
I got a Jordan. I got a Jordan.
I know everything, I know everything. I feel top energy from you, said no one ever. I'm a Catholic, she's a Catholic. I can never do wrong. I'm so innocent. This is my song. But when I'm flirting, when she's flirting, I'm a stone cold top. What do you mean? I'm so innocent for this. I'm a stone cold top, she's a stone cold top.
Hello! I have only just got so overtired today. Bear with me. Hello to Connor, hello to Kale, and hello to Christian. How are you all? And also Kale, thank you for those bits.
I'm a stone cold top, she's a stone cold top. I'm a top,
Let's get everything a moving and a grooving. Turn that down. Turn this up. I don't usually go for these ones. I like the second album that is on their list. Let's do that. Okay. I'm so tired. I'm so tired, man. I am so tired. Wait, I do? Yes, you do. You own all of us. How do you not know this? Speaking in my native tongue. Yeah, I am. So, today the prompt is a day surviving in the Tartarus Labyrinth. I don't know what the Tartarus Labyrinth is. Also, the overlays are on each other and that's going to bother me. So I need to fix that. Just a little bloop. Just a little bloop. We totally understood every word of that. You're welcome, Connor. I don't know what the Tartarus Labyrinth is. So I'm gonna need to look this up. Hey Isabella Rosie, how are you? I just ordered a Chinese takeaway. Oh my god, what a slap. Do you know what would really slap right now for me? Is a Chinese takeaway followed by asleep, like a good sleep though. What is this labyrinth? It's Summoner's War Sky Arena. That's where it's from. I am not part of this fandom, but I'm going to research it. I'm good. I'm glad to hear that, Isabella. How are you? How is everyone doing? I'm good. I'm very tired today. I've hit a wall for some reason. And I don't know why, but I will hopefully perk up in a bit. I've had some food and some water, and hopefully it'll just jazz me up a bit. I'm glad to hear you're good. Isn't that hell in Greek mythology? Is it? Apparently it's a game within a game, according to my wiki search. There's a time limit. It's full of monsters. I think maybe I'll focus on one of the monsters you might find in it. That seems like the best option for a descriptive piece of writing. You face down with 3 bosses called Kotos, Leos, and Gillies. Buy myself a new suitcase for London. Roll on September. Let's go, Connor. Fun sour wife. I'm here to supervise. I'm here to supervise your penmanship. Okay, I'll take it. This is my pen. What are you writing about? So we take a prompt every month, which is from a wheel that one of our community members has, and we spin the wheel. So this prompt is obviously from somebody who is a fan of this game. And we take even the wildest prompts and we will try and write a piece about them every week. At the end of the month, which is this Thursday, you can also take on any of the prompts during the month as a sort of roundup session, which is probably how I'm going to use this one. So at the moment it's the Tartarus Labyrinth, which I'm just researching what that is. It looks like a game called Summoner's War, and it's based off of Greek mythology. Deep, unpleasant depths of the underworld, also called Hell, is a place of suffering and torment for the wicked, and also a prison for titans. Tartarus is considered to be as far below the earth as the earth is from heaven. Thank you, Christian. That is excellent information for me. Thank you very much. And these guys are titans, I presume. Who suggested this one? I don't know. But we're writing about it. Bale, Christian, Lexi. Evening, folks. Evening, Jinx. How are you? Ooh, I like the runic magic. When you look up the runic magic they use, that's cool. That's really cool.
I'd like to spend my vacation at the
library. Thank you so much for that follow, and welcome to the library, Isabella Rose. It's lovely to have you. Okay, so it's Greek mythology as put into a video game. I like the way that I like these 3 characters, and I might look up who they're based on in Greek mythology, because there's probably at least a descriptive piece there. Three Kotos was one of 3, this is a word, Hecantoncheires, 3 primordial 100-handed 50-headed storm giants. Jesus Christ, what a big boy. Cool, right? Perfect, make sure you don't make any mistakes. Banksy! Don't do this to me, I get performance anxiety. Daddy Jinx, oh my goodness. All the better for being here, I'm glad. Wasn't Ajax also a Titan? Possibly. Let's look him up. Let's look up the big boys. Ajax the Great. Greek mythological hero, the son of King Telamon. I'm not sure if he's a Titan, but he's definitely a big figure in mythology. I mean, what's the difference between a Titan and a big figure in mythology, right? Oh, Ajax is in Dune Wiki as a Titan. Johnny! Thank you so much for that Prime subscription. Please enjoy the emotes and the ad-free time. And thank you for the continued support. Hephaestus, who was the one who built Tartarus, and the Minotaur who inhabits it naturally. Thank you, Jinx. I love this. Okay, let's make a Greek mythology bit. So. Hephaestus built I always forget how to spell labyrinth. I always want to put the R before the Y. Did Hephaestus trap the Minotaur? There's a possibility for what I'm going to write there of a mental piece, mental descriptive piece of impending doom. I'm thinking describing hearing the Minotaur breathing, describing not knowing whether your next corner is gonna have you face to face with the Minotaur, not sure where you are, if you've been in this corridor before, sort of walls are closing in, panicked kind of descriptive piece. That's an option for writing. Hey Tay! Just showered, shaved, and showboating to get ready for the interview. Tay, it's your interview today! Oh my goodness! Good luck. Really good luck. I hope it goes well for you. Quite a lot, Newts. This is good. I think the pressure is what makes it exciting though. Pixie! You'll be on your worst behaviour today. Oh, it was? Could have sworn it was. Mm-hmm. Who goes to defeat the Minotaur? I'm not great on Greek mythology, I must admit. I know a lot of Norse, I know a bit of Celtic, and I know a good few Roman gods, but that's it. Daedalus, who built the labyrinth? Let me put the names down. These are all good names for me. Daedalus, question mark. A Minotaur was a child born out of punishment to a queen whose king's husband didn't sacrifice a bull he was supposed to for Poseidon. So it's Poseidon's curse. I'm gonna look up the Minotaur myth after this. But my streak might still live. It still shows 48. Johnny! Either in Crete or Minos. Crete or Minos. Thank you. I feel like I may have Stephen Fry's Mythos book somewhere. I should probably read that. Theseus, I think, or something similar. Thank you. I need all the names. No, my streak restarted. No, Johnny! Naughty me, just keeping you on your toes. Can't have you getting too comfortable. Lexi. Him in D&D for an artificer build because he is one of the few people in ancient history truly credited as being an artificer. That's a good idea, Pale. Let's get going. Drinky poos. Enjoy your drinky poos, Johnny. So, the Tale of the Minotaur. Let me look it up. See, I thought this was from a video game, but it looks like a video game has copied it so well that that's the first thing that comes up on Google when you look up The Labyrinth. That's why I was confused. Tale of the Minotaur involves a half-man, half-bull monster who lived in the labyrinth on Crete. The Minotaur was born of the union of Queen Pasiphae of Crete and a sacred white bull. The bull was destined to be sacrificed to Poseidon, but King Minos, Pasiphae's husband, chose to keep the bull instead. Poseidon, as punishment, caused Pasiphae to fall in love with the bull. This is very Shakespeare. The Minotaur was imprisoned in the labyrinth, and then Athenian youths and maidens were sacrificed to it every few years. Eventually, the Athenian hero Theseus, with the help of Ariadne, Minos' daughter, entered the labyrinth and killed the Minotaur, ending the tribute. Ooh. I don't see mention of the labyrinth itself, though. Is the Tartarus labyrinth actually just part of a game? Okay, Tartarus, the infernal regions of ancient Greek mythology. It is the deepest region of the world, the lower of the two parts of the underworld, where gods locked up their enemies. Keep new on her toes. Oh yeah, Fail. That name is weighty. Contradict itself from region to region, so I know it may not be mainstream Greek mythology, and that's fine, Tay. Interpretations are welcome. Good thing or a bad thing? I think it's a compliment, isn't it? Take it as you will, as long as you're taking it. Going from what's been said, Tartarus and the Labyrinth are two different things. Tartarus was a prison. Yeah, but this prompt is to do with the Tartarus Labyrinth. And with the Tartarus Labyrinth, that phrase is only from Summoner's War, which is a video game. Between African myths and Native American mythology. Hey, I'd love to hear about that sometime. That's so interesting. There's a reference in my artificer build. I name dropped him, but mixed that up in my head. Basically, an auto-gnome artificer I built was created by a legendary artificer called Daedalus. I love that. Get you on your toes with just one name. Oh yeah, Vale. Okay, it gradually came to mean the entire underworld. But specifically, there's a labyrinth which is part of a video game. It's also in Clash of the Titans. I see what you mean about it getting a little bit sort of merged. Because it's also in Clash of the Titans, and it also has reference to the Minotaur. Alright. So we have Mental Piece of Impending Doom. /VE. So I'm thinking here, maybe somebody who has found themselves in a labyrinth or in hell is trying to navigate it and reflecting on what they did to get there. Do we know who suggested this prompt? I don't. I'm not sure what they meant by it, but I'm hoping our interpretation is okay. Take it as a good thing considering the fact that you keep teasing me like this. Don't know what you mean. Your news, however, being called Daddy has drawn my attention. Oh yeah, Daddy Jinx. They do tease, don't they? I would never! I would never. I'm a good Christian. I really like the idea of these three and what they represent. So I'm going to try and find what titans or gods they're based on. So we have Kotos, Leos, and Gillies. Kotos, it looks like, is based on... a 50-headed storm giant, which is absolutely terrifying. Leos, Greek. Leos just looks like a character. Oh, he's on Theseus's side. That's interesting. And then the last one is Gillies. Gillies is linked to Aegis. Pretty hard for me to focus. By the way, don't forget to reach out to Salsa. Why? What? Why? What's happening? The Christian Tilflair base is involved. Aegis is a mighty shield. So only one of them is a giant, or a titan. Oh, this is cool. Okay, let's look up Aegis. That's caught my attention, this shield. Did the reservation in Salsa's channel for you? Did you, Tay? Oh my goodness, I did not see that. Thank you so much. That's so generous. It's a big shield. It's not a person or a thing. It's a big shield. It's a big shield. But it's also got a Gorgon on it. Okay, hang on. Okay. The Aegis, as stated in the Iliad, is a device carried by Athena and Zeus, variously interpreted as an animal skin or a shield, and sometimes featuring the head of a Gorgon. There may be a connection with a deity named Aex, daughter of Helios, and nurse of Zeus, or alternatively a mistress of Zeus. I like that. There's something that I want to write about that, but I'm not sure what it is yet. That's not how you spell Zeus. E-U-S. E-U-S. throw my boy into it. He ended up killing himself after Athena made him go mad and kill a herd of sheep. No. Why? Okay, I'm already thinking of ways to... Okay, there's a mental piece there as a standalone. There's work into a past story. I'm thinking Olivia's. Because she goes underground and into a bit of a labyrinth. So there's something there too. Olivia's story is missing a bit of richness. And maybe she could be a student of Greek mythology or something, right? Hey Black Iris, how are you? There's something about Olivia's story because she goes underground. She's finding it has such strong sci-fi-ness to it. It might be good to balance that out with a little bit of like ancient mythology. This is it. Let's get this out. Because I'm merging a lot of prompts into Olivia's story and I haven't actually written a lot from Olivia's point of view yet. And I think it would add a little bit of depth to work that into it. But then we're working like 5 prompts into one story. And is that allowed? Am I allowed to do that? Anything that matters in the world when you do, it's pretty mesmerizing. Lexi. It is the thing that I want to do the most in the world. Wouldn't survive a day in Tartarus, really? Black Iris, do you know? Is it like, did you watch Summoner's War, or is the Tartarus Labyrinth something different? Because I'm struggling to differentiate between these two. Because it says in the Tartarus Labyrinth, which is established in a game called Summoner's War. Or do they mean a labyrinth of hell, which I can just make up? The Giants were like the Titans 2.0. Gaia didn't like how the Olympians did things after banishing the Titans, so she secretly, over time, birthed and helped the Giants to take the Olympians down. Zeus was warned and tried to birth a mortal hero to help deal with them, as giants were going to be mostly immune to the Olympians. That's why we have Perseus and Heracles, which Heracles ended up being the hero that helped take the giants down when they were released. Is Heracles Hercules? I'm literally dead. I feel like passing out, but it's only 21. It's only 9. Oh. You got this, Black Iris. I mean, you can have a nap. I'm sure there aren't any laws in your country against having a nap. You're allowed to do whatever you want. This is true. But I think because Olivia's story is very black and white. And there's not much to Olivia. And the way she's observing things is very black and white. Kind of like, I fell down a hole, I saw a dead body, I saw this, I saw that. And I think there could be some poetic, there could be some poetic part of her that starts to describe it as Greek mythology. Tartarus is a respawn area in Hades when you die. Right. Hercules is Roman. I'm sorry! Hercules is Roman, goddammit! Disney screwed me Greek mythology. Oh, okay, so it was Heracles. And they attributed it all to Hercules. Bless my soul. Technically, I'm working every prompt into one story. That's true, Pale! I'm not... Okay, that makes me feel better. Okay, I like that. I still may do the standalone piece. I'm thinking of doing a descriptive piece of somebody trying to find their way through what appears to be a labyrinth. And they start to hear noises, which could be pipes, but they start to imagine that it's a minotaur. And to sort of work in some sort of poetic description of being a sacrifice to a Minotaur in a labyrinth in hell. Because that's the most full-on thing. Definitely see why writing's got all your attention. You're a phenomenal writer. Thank you, Betsy. That means a lot. Thank you for saying that. Let's see why you couldn't do a multi-prompt story. How many prompts is it now? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Only 3? This would be our 4th prompt. 4th prompt into it? So stranded on a desert island, feast and plague, and then the Hell's Labyrinth as well. Captain from your sea-based pirate story, the one working their way through hell. That's great. For Newt? Yeah, you mean Captain Randolph? That would be good too. Hang on. Because there's something there about the god of the ocean, right? Poseidon. Because it is Poseidon's curse. Or it is the sacrifice to Poseidon that doesn't happen that results in the Minotaur. There's something there. I like that. Thank you, Tay. He's a mess with his death and could be tormented for it? Abso-frigging-lutely. And he didn't respect the sea. He respected the gold. Classical Greece interpreted the Homeric Aegis as a cover of some kind borne by Athena. So it's a skin of a slain Gorgon that Athena wears, but also can be a boat. I mean, practical queen. Zeus is said to have used the skin of a pet goat owned by his nymph Amalthea, which suckled him in Crete as a shield as he went forth to do battle against the Titans. That's cool. Oh, it could come from a fashion style in which Libyan women had snake-resembling fringes of their garments, and so a Gorgon has snake hair. That's cool. I'm learning so much! Athena took the head of Medusa and placed it on her shield. She used the head to turn Atlas to stone to end his misery of holding the world up. That's really poignant, actually, Tay. So that would be the Aegis. I like the Aegis a lot. Passion is contagious. Now I want to Google Greek mythology because I know nothing about it, honestly. Me too! I'm really excited about it. It can have 3 meanings. As in A, Aegis, can be a violent windstorm, a shield of a deity as described above and as Tay described, or a goatskin coat. Whoa. Okay. The original meaning may have been the first, Zeus, who holds the Aegis, may have originally meant who holds the sky and heaven, who holds the thunderstorm, as in, you know, he's the god with the lightning bolt. The transition to meaning shield or goat skin may have come by folk etymology among people who were draping animal skin over their left arm to use as a shield. That's cool. Jumpstart my writing again. Must finish the 2 current stories before I begin again with new ones. Would you still like me to check over the present ones, Jinx? I know it's been a while. Let's learn together. I'll make flashcards. Yes! Greek mythology, learning day. I like the Aegis and I like... Hang on. Let me look something up. I'm going to see if there are any myths involving the name Olivia. Particularly connected to the goddess Athena. Athena is said to have gifted the olive tree to the city of Athens. Ooh, okay, I'm not saying it was meant to be, but the fact that I named her Olivia is odd. And the fact that that's fitting so well is a little bit odd. I know you got 2/3 into Wolf, but your feedback on Cuffed would be appreciated. Got it, I will get on Cuffed. You have sent me the most recent version, yes? If it updates between now and the weekend, probably send me the most updated version then. Do some science as well, because all of Zeus's temples are built on tall hills or mountains with tall bronze poles that attracted lightning to them to visually inspire his power. So they knew basically how to attract lightning. That's amazing. Wait, no, so they must have known about conductors and electricity then. Haven't they found a Greek battery? There was an insane thing where they found a chemical battery in a pot in Greece. Have you heard about this? Careful, you're making it sound like you would actually enjoy hanging out with me. Of course I would, Bexy. I'll check and sort it. No worries, Jinx. But isn't there they were like, there's no reason for this person to have these components in this pot unless they were trying to make a current of electricity. I swear it was Greek. The Baghdad Battery was a name given to a set of 3 artifacts which were found together: a ceramic pot, a tube of copper, and a rod of iron. Oh, it was discovered in Iraq. Never mind. I could have sworn this was Greece. It's 150 BC to 223 AD, dated. Somebody somewhere knew about electrical currents. It makes a 1-volt battery. Yes, it came from the Middle East. Isn't that cool, though? Isn't that really cool? I remember researching it once. I was like, that's frickin' amazing. Because we lost a lot of knowledge in the Middle Ages, and I think electricity was one of them. We were on the verge of it. 10 similar clay vessels have been found earlier. 4 were found, blah, blah, blah. 3 were sealed with bitumen and contained a bronze cylinder, again sealed with a pressed-in papyrus wrapper containing decomposed fibre rolls. They have been held in place with up to 4 bronze and iron rods sunk into the ground, and their cult meaning and use inferred. Okay. 6 of the clay vessels were found near modern Iraq. Some bronze wrappers with badly decomposed cellulose fibres. Others had iron nails or lead plates. Theories concerning operation. This was it. Remains unclear. He had observed a number of very fine silver objects from ancient Iraq plated with very thin layers of gold and speculated that they were electroplated. So they were used for electroplating?
for jewelry. We understood that electrical currents could dissolve, then attract precious metals. We understood that. And then we had 1,000 years after that, then went into the Middle Ages and lost all of it. That was super sweet. Gonna make my night, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Vexy. I'm here. Last time the Library of Alexandria was destroyed, we have less than 1% of the library's content surviving to that day. And that kills me. The Library of Alexandria, don't look it up. Don't look it up if you want to feel like humanity's doing well. In the modern days, they were clearly summoning celestial beings. I mean, it was in a pot. Duh, exactly, in a pot. The corrosion of the metal and tests indicate that an acidic agent such as wine or vinegar was present in the jar. This led to speculation that the liquid was used in an acidic electrolyte solution to generate an electrical current from a difference between the electrode potentials of the copper and iron electrodes. What they were doing with it, I feel like electroplating is a fairly good idea. They certainly weren't using it for anything like light. Anyway, we're getting off topic now. The battery produced 4 volts. When linked in a series, the cells had sufficient power to electroplate a small token and to deliver current to acupuncture-type needles for therapeutic purposes, but not enough to deliver an electric shock. Yeah, there we go. Anyway. Lost knowledge, man. Kills me. Humanity doing well. In this economy? In these times? Basically reinventing most of the technology that we've had before, which is so crazy. And it makes me wonder. I don't know. It makes me wonder. There certainly wasn't anything to do with space. Well, I don't know, but you know, there certainly wasn't anything to do with space. So we've sort of gone past it. But I wonder whether we've rushed over a lot of knowledge that we lost that could actually be really useful. Getting off topic, that's unusual. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Okay, there's a wiki page on the name of Olivia and it's just got a list of people called Olivia. Thanks. Okay, we're looking at the olive tree. Looking at the olive trees of Greek mythology so that Olivia can reference her name. This could also make her a metaphor. I like that. I like making her a metaphor. Sophie's updated with my interview power armor. Let's go, Tanny! I see you! Let me see. Look at that power armor. You got this. I see you, Tay. That tie is extremely cool. Look at the swirls. Is connected with the supplication to divine beings and persons in power. It means peace, obviously, the olive branch. What else? Greek mythology, Athena competed with Poseidon for possession of Athens. Poseidon claimed possession by thrusting his trident into the Acropolis, where a well of seawater gushed out. Athena took possession by planting the first olive tree beside that well. The court of gods and goddesses ruled that Athena had a better right to the land because she had given it a better gift. Olive wreaths were worn by brides and awarded to Olympic victors. That's Roman. That's early Christianity. And that's modern usage. Okay. Essentially, all of that, it means peace. It means peace and dedication to the god. Now, I'm going to look up, I'm going to try and tie it all together. Plagues in ancient Greek mythology. The Plague of Athens. Oh, this actually happened. This wasn't a myth. Back with Noms. Let's go, Pale. What do you got? What you got? Gimme. Holographic wolf tie sadly developed a tear in it. No, Tay. That other tie is good though. The other tie is good. I like the swirls. Whoa, the plague killed about 25% of the Athenian population. They lacked vitamin C, that's interesting. Plague of Athens was most likely caused by a reservoir disease or respiratory disease, though neither has been confirmed. If the plague was caused by a reservoir disease, it would have been similar to arboviral diseases or typhus, as later mentioned. If it was a respiratory disease, it would most likely be similar to smallpox. We have made our smallpox disease, haven't we? Yeah. We went for rabies and smallpox. Good luck, Tay Tay! Big pancake roll, crispy chili, shredded beef, beef in black bean sauce, and fried rice! Mmm! Sounds amazing. Practices to balance the humours include bloodletting, purging, urine sampling, and using the opposite humour to treat the imbalanced humour. What does that mean? Use the left lung to breathe if your right one's not well. Okay, so there is a first-person account that still survives from this plague, which, if Olivia was studying ancient Greece, she would know about.
Chicken chow mein still your favourite, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I dream about that. I haven't had a proper takeaway in 4 months. Because I had one, but I had one in the middle of this, but excluding that one, it's been nearly a year since I've had my last takeaway. And that one wasn't truly a takeaway, it was more like ordering food from a shop. This is really interesting. Oh, it looked a little bit like a, Ooh, interesting. I'm not going to read all this out because it's actually horrible. It's like the effects of the plague. Do you know what's interesting? Patients sometimes drank far too little or far too much water. Historians have long tried to identify the disease behind the plague of Athens. The disease has traditionally been considered an outbreak of the bubonic plague in its many forms, but a reconsideration of the reported symptoms and epidemiology have led to scholars to advance alternative explanations. These include typhus, smallpox, measles, and toxic shock syndrome. Interesting. Based on the striking descriptive similarities with recent outbreaks in Africa, as well as the fact that the Athenian plague came itself from Africa, Ebola or related viral hemorrhagic fever have been considered. Isn't that like, I don't know what it is. It's like a, it's like such an ancient mystery. I really want to know what it is. Like grocery food or delivery? Yeah, like that. I do remember you ordering food once. The last takeaway was the one we got you. Possibly. Oh damn, well that's crazy interesting. Right! Possibly, and I also might have gotten something a few days after that. You're testing my memory. A 2005 DNA study of a dental pulp from teeth recovered from an ancient Greek burial pit led orthodontist Dr. Melanoid Papagorakis from the University of Athens found DNA sequences similar to those of Salmonella, the organism that causes typhoid fever. Interesting. But there were methodological flaws in this scientific study. That's interesting. We may never know. But that is definitely something that Olivia's going to think of when she sees this illness. You're feeling better and we know what food you can eat, we are ordering tendies. Tendies! I want tendies. That sounds good. They might have to be gluten-free tendies, but tendies they shall be. Okay. So, walking away from Olivia's story for a bit, what else do we have in this prompt? A day surviving in Hell's Labyrinth. haven't really looked at the descriptions of Tartarus itself. Dungeon to torment and suffering for the wicked as the prison of the Titans. Souls are judged after death and where the wicked receive divine punishment. It's one of the earliest beings to exist, alongside the concept of chaos and Gaia, the earth. Hesiod asserts that a bronze anvil falling from heaven would fall 9 days before it reached the earth. The anvil would take 9 more days to fall from earth to Tartarus. In the Iliad, Zeus asserts that Tartarus is as far beneath Hades as heaven is above earth. Interesting. The one-eyed Cyclops, the 100-armed Hectanochores, and the monster camp with the guards. Okay, there's a big list of people who are in there. That's biblical, that's New Testament. I don't recognize any of those names. Souls regarded as unjust or perjured would go to Tartarus. Those who committed crimes seen as curable would be purified there, while those who committed crimes seen as uncurable would be eternally damned and demonstrate a warning example for the living. If you asked for forgiveness after a year in Tartarus, you would be pardoned. Huh. Surroundings, what are there? Sight, smells, what are there? Sounds, sights, smells. Oh yeah, no, I'll get to that. What can Olivia feel? Mostly dead bodies. I'm putting Olivia through it. Gluten-free or gluten-loaded. Perfect comfort food for when you're feeling better. Absolutely, Bexy. Thank you. Screw it if you're having gluten-free, so am I. So am I. I made gluten-free cookies yesterday. They're pretty good. So... There's two things here. There is... I must not get them mixed up. Hell. And I'm going to note down the details of the Minotaur story real quick, and then I'm going to get started. Okay. Part man, part bull, he dwelled in the center of the labyrinth. Every 9 years, people of Athens were compelled by King Minos to choose 14 young noble citizens, 7 men and 7 women, to be offered as sacrificial victims to the Minotaur in retribution for the death of Minos' son, Androgeus. Androgeus? The Minotaur was eventually slain by the Athenian hero Theseus, who managed to navigate the labyrinth with the help of a thread offered to him by the king's daughter, Ariadne. Right. Was it 9 years? Every 9 years. And slay the Minotaur. Using a thread to mark where he's been, presumably. Okay, here we go. In most accounts, she gave him a ball of thread, allowing him to retrace his path. According to various classical sources and representations, Theseus killed the Minotaur with his bare hands, sometimes with a club or a sword. Then he led the Athenians out of the labyrinth, and they sailed with Ariadne away from Crete. On the way home, Theseus abandoned Ariadne on the island of Naxos and continued to Athens. The returning group neglected to replace the black sail with the promised white sail, and from his lookout on Cape Sunion, King Aegeus saw the black sailed ship approach. Presuming his son dead, he killed himself by leaping into the sea, that is since named after him. His death secured the throne for Theseus. Okay. There's a lot of information. I'm cherry picking what I want for my story. That's cool. You need to do this, thank you! I'll wait until Saturday to draw again. I can throw a day at sorting the writing. Maybe work with Newts at some joint work or something. Yeah, I would like to finalise my character design for our Discord together, Jinx, at some point. I need to put the right terminology down, and I think I might sketch her as well. Okay, so all of this needs to fit together. Yes, this was my final draft of Olivia's story. We arranged for Saturday as I'm free until the late afternoon. Do you mean to call? I can probably call for... Ooh, I don't know on Saturday. I will probably have an hour on Saturday at the very least. Surely. There's something going on Saturday that I'm not thinking of, though. All next week is pretty free for me because my father's going away on a fishing trip. And so it's just me, my mother, and the doggo in the house. And my mother is working all week. Hang on. Do you like my cool stationery? W.H. Smith always has my back. Yes, I can give you the terminology, insist with the world and stuff, and next week can also work. Okay. That's great news, right? Isn't it lovely? And I put my little, let me just make sure there's no personal information on this one. So this is the basic one for this week. And so I put my little streams on it. I make sure I know what's going on and when. I haven't put the Friday stream on it, but I usually have 5 p.m. Discord writing club 6 p.m. Batman stream. Because I realized that when I use a calendar, I shut it and it ceases to exist. So I have to have a week page open on my corkboard, which is just above my desk, right there. And I have to make sure that it's open, otherwise it will just cease to be. And on this note page, I have things that I might collect or look out for when I go on a nature walk. That's what my corkboard looks like. And there's also there's a pin badge, which I lost the back of. It says I'm out of here, and it has a guy getting in a coffin. I also got this, because I am one. Otherwise you have no chance. Exactly. We could do both. Doesn't have to be a long Saturday. That's what I mean. I might have an hour free. It's just whether or not I'm... My issue is being in the right place to write. But what I might do is I might give you a call after I've come up with a lot of it. So that I can send it to you and then go over it with you and figure out her place in the story as well. Because it's your story. It's my character, but your story. You're 100% okay, Icon. Ow, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so what? It's Sunday the 1st, so Monday the 2nd. Can you believe it's going to be June? So this Saturday I am working. Because they're putting me through a phased back to work, so I'm only doing Saturday. Because I've been signed off for so long. I can't remember how long I'm in for, but I know my shift starts at 10:30 because, again, it's reduced. Streaming Saturday night, but also happy to call after stream. This Saturday, I think, works. Saturday the 31st, yes? I realised what I'm thinking about. I have a blood test. I have a blood test on Saturday the 31st, but I don't think that's going to wipe me out for the day. Because it's with my favourite lady who takes my blood, and I don't feel it. And I love her, and I'm slightly in love with her. It's just the way she does something where instead of pushing the needle in, she flicks the needle up into a vein that you don't even see, and it's just like, oh, she's beautiful. But yeah, that should work for me. Call with Jinx. Shall we put a time in? After stream would probably be better for me. And that's super attractive, right? Right, though? I can be streaming till 9. That works for me. I double underline you, Jinx. And I do need to plan next week, because I've got to do a lot of stuff. I also was going to make a to-do list today, because I regained about 2 weeks on vocal reads, and then I took about 2 weeks off because I got ill. So I will at some point have to make a to-do list. Hi Isabella, how you doing? I'm glad to have you back. We are doing really well. So we have taken our prompt of this, and we have looked into so many different stories from Greek mythology, and I have decided to merge it on a story that I'm already writing, about a woman called Olivia who gets stuck on a deserted island. It details her story of survival, resourcefulness, and she is going to discover something on the island that should have remained hidden. And it's going to have catastrophic effects. And I'm merging the Greek mythology into it because as she discovers an underground facility, it's a little bit like a labyrinth. And so I'm going to have her draw the comparison to the labyrinth mythical story in Greek mythology. I am also going to have her, I think, be a student of Greek mythology because she's missing a bit of depth. She's just Olivia. There she is on an island. Up she washes, you know? She needs to have a bit more to her. I'm so excited! Awesome cheers. This is good. Thank. Also, would you like to be called Isabella or Rosie? Or Isabella Rosie? I can do the whole name. Okay, that's my to-do list paper. So this I'm using to add depth to Olivia. And add depth to her descriptions. Otherwise she is just very bland person, experiences survival events, doesn't know how to react to them, and has very generic reactions, but I want her to have a bit more depth. I also love that I called her a Greek name and that I didn't even mean to do it. I didn't even mean to do it. So we would call that here classics. She would be a student of classics, correct? Classics. We do classic A levels. Do we do classic... Or is it more specialist when we go into degrees? Focusing on the study of ancient Greek and Rome. Classics. The University of Oxford. Undergraduate degrees. Yes, we do all the way up into university for classics. I'm not sure how old Olivia's going to be, so I'll just put student of classics. So she'll know a bit about Roman too, which I'll have to research. I believe so, because I took classics, technically. I went to about 2 lessons, but I got ill after that, and I was really disappointed. But I was going to do classics at A level, and I went to 2 lessons, and I was really excited about it. It was one of those things that I was genuinely excited by. The rest of them, you know, you have to do maths, you have to do English, you have to do geography, you're gonna have to take different ones, whatever. But I chose classics as an extra one. I didn't have to do that. That was my decision. And I was really excited about it, and it was such a shame I got ill. I know that, yeah, I was gonna take classics, but I only went to 2 lessons. When I had the shock give way to fascination upon realising where she is, dread dawns realising the implications and the potential threats. That's the thing. So her point of reference, I think, is lost. Because I don't have, there isn't much to her. So I'm going to have her point of reference be to classics and mythology. Her knowledge of disease is going to come from studying the ancient plagues. Her knowledge of working her way through this labyrinth-like facility is going to come from the Minotaur story. She's going to leave a trail, just like he had the piece of string, right? So I'm going to have her be I'm gonna have her sort of triangulate her knowledge. Otherwise, she's just smart for no reason, if that makes sense. I know people can be smart and have an interest in sort of surviving things, but I want her knowledge to be ancient, but her application to be modern, if that makes sense. Heather couldn't do it. Yeah, I couldn't do anything at that time. I was housebound for a year and a half. I was gone. I'm surprised I made it through it, honestly. Never too late to study it. You know what? You're absolutely right. A levels aren't... I guess it would be a 3. Classic. Level 3. Classics. AS or A level? Whoa, there's a lot of options. Whoa. That's cool. You're incredibly strong. Thank you. I have a dragon problem. Ice Claws herself, time and time again. Our fellow buccaneers have fallen prey to her in the oceans north of the Sword Coast. No one can stand against her, and not through lack of trying. The bounty on her could buy a small kingdom for every member of the crew. Hunters and pirates alike have headed out, claiming to have the strength to take her on, yet none have returned to claim the prize. Legend has it that the Artificer Daedalus built a weapon that could supposedly bring down the ancient dragon. Something that powerful and that useful should have been handed down and fought over for generations. But no stories lay claim to its location. No family lay claim to hold it against their armory. No warlord has been seen using it. The only possible reasons for this is that it does not exist. Or Daedalus hid it before he disappeared. I was going to say, where is it? Daedalus built a vault near his workshop. While the weapon isn't mentioned as being there, it is a smart guess. The location to the vault is known, but avoided by most, buried deep within a mountain. The only entrance via a clockwork maze, a series of concentric rings rotating around each other. It's a moving labyrinth? The gaps in the shells sliding past each other, creating passageways that are never the same. Pale! Gimme! Gimme! That is so cool! Are labyrinths supposed to move, or have you come up with that yourself? Because that is so cool. Labyrinths. That's it. Are labyrinths supposed to move? You're a tough cookie, I'm not surprised. Plus I've stolen you away if needed. This is before we met. And it was I went on Sertraline at 13. I want to say I was probably 12. Or 12 or 13. I got ill very quick. Oh yeah, Tartarus moves. I didn't know. That's so cool. He moves, so no passage is ever the same. So cool. Your writing, Pale, is exceptional. Commenting among them in stories and media. I was gonna say, didn't oh, what was it called? Maze Runner. Was it Maze Runner? Hey, thank you, Isabella. We gonna stretch. Everybody stretch. Oh, it's a good stretch too. You know when a stretch is good and it like makes your limbs go a bit weak? That was a good stretch. I had a stretch earlier when my sternum clicked. That was odd. Questionable stretch. You're welcome. Thank you. Such your vibes. We would have been friends if I had Stockholm Syndrome. I would have sniffed you out. I'd have made it happen. So she's a student of classics. Greek. Roman. Use her knowledge and perspective to navigate and describe what she sees. Stun and click, goodness me. It was good. It felt like my chest was opening, but it was like a lot. You know when something clicks and you feel it like everywhere? I'm like, was that safe? Mechanism? Yes. Hang on. Like the planet thing from Lara Croft's movie with boobies, I mean Angela Jolie. Yeah, exactly. Angelina Jolie. Yeah, as a full person. Nothing else. Bloodhound when it comes to food and people. My nose is always tingly around you. Ow! I'll take it, Jinx. The vibes! Think of the vibes. Knowledge of the Minotaur and Perseus to navigate the underground facility. And then knowledge of the Athenian plague to recognize smallpox or smallpox-esque disease. Right? And she's going to reference, or she's going to reference herself as, I don't know, maybe I might draw her into being a metaphor. I'm still considering that. It depends how much mythology I'm going to put in this, because if she is, as Olivia is an olive branch, if she represents peace, what does that mean for her? BRB, all good, Bexy. Enjoy your BRB. I might be BRBing soon. I might take a little break today. You guys can play words on stream. And I'm going to probably drink some water. I'm off my antihistamines for this blood test, and I'm a little bit worried about what that's going to do to me, gonna be honest. Because my symptoms have not been great. I'm not bad at the moment, though. I think because of the point I am in my cycle. My working theory at the moment as to what's going on with my body is inflammatory PCOS affecting the pancreas. Because Newt is tasty, Jinx. Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? What else was ancient? What was ancient Greek knowledge? I'm gonna try and find lost ancient Greek knowledge. I would. I'm maybe taking a nibble or two. She's sweet as a nibble or two. Oh my god, this Wikipedia page is huge! That's really interesting. Let's try the philosophy page. There might be too much to comb through here, but I can see myself doing a lot of research off stream. Maybe if there are some Greek philosophers, like I can't remember which one it said, but he said the only constant in life is change. There are some phrases that are very small and concise and that Olivia would have in her head. To sort of put in there to have her sort of process what's going on. Pleasures await you by the sea. Newt, fancy a trip to the beach? I was actually talking about going to the beach with Bestie recently. We're like, we should go to the beach. I was gonna take a big fish slice to flip her over when she's done on one side. Because she loves to tan. I hate stoicism. Stoicism is stupid. I will not say that about a lot of Greek philosophies, but stoicism is so stupid. She loves to peel tanning, it's just a bonus, right? Portsmouth Historic Dockyard, perhaps? Museum and Sea Air. Oh my god, take me to see the Mary Rose! Freaking love the Mary Rose, man. It's so cool. The Mary Rose Museum, because I went there before and after the museum was built around the ship. I was just like, oh, we're hearing about the ship and they've got a few artifacts on display. That's cool. And then I walked through the side of it and it's got like half of the Mary Rose there. Oh my god. It was so cool. It was so cool. And that was like 10 years ago, so I wonder what it looks like now. They were still spraying it down. Are they still spraying it down? I've seen them live spraying it down. Let me look that up. I'm not getting off track. It was so silly that it sunk like that. They were just so silly. Oh, yeah. I don't think they're spraying it down anymore. The picture on the website looks dry. Dive the Mary Rose 4D. Yes, please. Oh, I'm doing every activity, even the kids' ones. Dude, it's so cool. The conservation tab. In December 1982, a building was constructed around the hull. Inside this, the ship was sprayed with recycled, refrigerated, filtered fresh water to stop it from drying out. Without spraying, the wood would have shrunk by anything by up to 50%, warped and cracked as the water evaporated. So cool. Continued until 2003. Wait, does that mean I saw it before 2003? Oh, no. I saw it between 2004 and 2013. I saw it during phase 2. In 2013, it began to dry. So I saw it over 10 years ago. Because as I was walking around the museum, there were people in hazmat suits spraying it. Just the side of the ship being sprayed before the museum bit was there. We weren't supposed to be there. We had managed to wander off by accident. The people that were cool about it and answered questions me and my brother had. That's so cool, Pale! By May 2016, the ship had dried enough to allow drying ducts to be removed. They were replaced by air diffusers, which were placed around the hull without obstructing the view, and the hot box was dismantled. From 2016 to the present day, the ship has been kept in the environment of 55% humidity and 19 Celsius degrees. That's so cool. Anyway, we're getting off topic now. We're getting off topic, and that's not like me. Okay, I'm gonna find some. Yeah, I'm gonna find some Greek, because I'm not gonna look for them now, because I could just do that for all of the thing. But the Greek philosophy quotes to apply to the situations. Where was I? Oh yes, I'll take you to see the Mary Rose, then I will thank you. And then I will take you. Back. Hi Bexy, we didn't get off track while you were gone. We stayed very focused. We didn't talk about anything else. And we stayed so on track. We've done so much work. And I'm really proud of us. It was Pale's fault. See how much you grin. It was Pale's fault. Pale did it. Pale mentioned Portsmouth. His fault. He knows that I'm a slut for the Mary Rose. He knows that I love that ship. He knows that I'm a nerd for it. Freaking love the Mary Rose, man. It's so cool. And it's the only thing I've like gone back to see at various stages of conservation, which is cool. I'd like to see it dry. Oh, did he now? Mm-hmm. He did it. It was him. So I'm using this to add depth to Olivia's character, but I've mentioned the labyrinth, but I've not mentioned Tartarus. That could only happen on this channel. I'm going to go ahead and say that I am one of possibly a single numbered amount of people that have ever said he knows I'm a slut for the Mary Rose. I'm a slut for the Mary Rose. She's a great ship, and she was so silly. She turned around too fast and she sunk, and that's why she was so perfectly preserved. She's the perfectly preserved, silly little time capsule of Henry VIII, and I love her. I also love that she had been at sea for like a few hours and she already had rats. What a queen. I'm gonna have to look up all the different types of philosophies. And then we went to your... Did you know the ship's dry now, Bexy? Where is the S in the up? Did we ever find out? I'm gonna make a book of inspirational quotes, and I hope you guys realise that. So I need to... This is my plan. Let me look at something. How did... I would like to look up the structure of Greek society. The carrot cut. My parents would be so proud. This is what they dreamed for me. Which ship is dry? The Mary Rose is dry. So I went to see her before the museum was built, but after she was on display once, and I just thought it was amazing. I got a keyring, which I've since lost. It was one of my favorite trips out, and to the point where like my parents still make fun of me for how long I was reading about it. Like it was immediate hyperfixation. Then we must have returned some point, but before 2013, because 2013 is when this process stopped, but they had built the museum around it, so the display of the ship was up, but they were still spraying the ship, which was a short period of time, and so the last time I saw it was 2013, and I'm never not thinking about the Mary Rose is the thing, and that is over 10 years ago. I have to go. I was picturing Mary Rose being a dominant policewoman, and you know she'd be Irish. Is it yourself, Mary? Certainly don't run like a fairy. When did I say that? Do it, go see it. I want to. I really do. Whoops, wrong page. This page. That part is already written. Yeah, she thinks she's hallucinating. So maybe I could have her hallucinate a real person who's infected, but also hallucinate some sort of creatures from Greek mythology as well, because she knows that they aren't real, and she uses that to justify thinking that this actual person is a hallucination. What do we have for Greek monsters? Minotaur, Gorgons, Cyclops, Hydra, Cerberus, Sirens, Harpies, Sphinx. Really emphasized fairy too. Fairy. Certainly don't run like a fairy. The week of the 9th, because I'm off work and I'll come pick you up and go see it. I wish. I wish. There are a lot to choose from. Centaurs? This is literally a list of centaurs and it's as big as the page. Oh my god, there's a lot. Sea monsters probably she would come across. Yeah. What about a chimera? I just saw those on the list. Charybdis? What is Charybdis? Charybdis? Large sea monster. Or a sea serpent. Okay, there's one that she would come across because she's by the sea. She fell into the sea. Oh, I see. A Charbadis. Is believed to live under a small rock on one side of a narrow channel. It's a woman. Is it a woman? What is it? Oh, in some variation of the stories, it was simply a large whirlpool instead of a sea monster. Okay. I'm going to put this one down as well. Thank you very much, Black Iris. What an earthworm, right? Charybdis. Water. Worm / pearl pool. I'm so good at spelling. That's with a K. Charybdis. Thank you. It's a Charybdis. What else have we got? Okay, one of the 5 malevolent spirits who interfered with the work of potters is called Asbestos. What a vibe. Oh, they had vampires. That's cool. Decito, a half-woman, half-fish goddess. Okay, we like that one. A dryad, tree spirits who look similar to women. I would like to meet one of them. Ooh, this is perfect. The netherworld demon of rotting corpses dwelling in the underworld. That's perfect for this story because she finds the dead bodies in the lab, doesn't she? Eurynomos. Eurynomos? Eurynomos. Ew! Eurynomos said by the Delphian guides to be one of the Daimones of Hades, who eats off all the flesh of the corpses, leaving only their bones. Yum 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 yum. He is of a colour between blue and black, like that of meat flies. He is showing his teeth and is seated, and under him spread a vulture's skin. Ow! He's cool. Cerebus, a hybrid, right? Sorry if I'm lurking a bit. Isabella, there is no problem. You do not have to speak. You do not have to, you can have me on in the background. You do not have to pay attention all the time. It's okay. We are such a casual stream. Don't worry. It means the world that you're here. And it's lovely to have you. I love that description of that demon. think maybe we might have a name for the virus too. Not that. Skin. Well, I have the stream on in the background. Exactly. I can be your background noise. I can be your random tab that you forgot to close. Don't you worry about it. That sounds amazing. I'm just working on the news story. Hell yeah! What sort of stuff do you write, Isabella? We are a lurk-friendly stream. Absolutely we are. Apart from that time where 40 people were lurking and I got freaked out. So I was like, who are you people? What have you done? Why are you here? I'd have one wish right now would be to see light up like the way you just spoke about Mary Rose in person. I think I'd remember that look forever. Look. You and everyone else in the museum just shut that bitch up. Like, she's just... I'm so enthusiastic about it. It's such a specific hyperfixation, but it's there. It's so cool, Bexy. I prefer Izzy. We can call you Izzy. Hi, Izzy. You thought they were all bots. I was so scared. I was so frightened. Well, I'm doing 2 stories. Nice. What are they about? Optional question. Ghosts, shades, spirits. A Viricolaka. Vampire of folklore. Other factors in appearance bring it more in line with the modern concept of a zombie or a ghoul. Features. Oh, it's like a werewolf. The Greeks traditionally believed that a person could become a Virico-Lakas after death due to a sacrilegious way of life, an excommunication, a burial in unconsecrated ground, or by eating the meat of a sheep which had been wounded by a wolf or a werewolf. I'm going to include them as well. They could be quite interesting to explore. Just because of it's zombie adjacent. I'm doing sort of undead spreading virus sort of thing. And this would be perfect for that. I never want you to shut up about it. The passion really suits you. You just wait until you're 3 days in. You just wait until you're 3 days in and I'm still talking about it. I'm talking about the kind of fastenings they used to use on the floorboards of the ship. Izzy it is, exactly. Of the enthusiasm of someone truly nerding out about something they enjoy. You always seem to brighten up when you start nerding out. It's just so cool. It's so cool. And so it's just such a perfect, like, moral. He put in all this money to this perfect ship and it turned around and sunk. It was such a pompous thing to build. It was such a message of status. Look how many guns I can afford to put on my ship. And then the water came in the gun holes. Sunk it. Perfect. It was just beautiful. I agree, Fail. Ah, Izzy, you one of us. Okay, they specifically ate livers. Nice. Gorgons, female monsters depicted with snakes on their head instead of hair. Yuri, how would you say that? Uriel? Whose scream could kill. Medusa. Sentho, third Gordon sister. The Grey sisters. Griffins, harpies. Hydras, Ipotane. Keres. Oh, that's so freaky. Lamia, a vampiric demon who by voluptuous artifices attracts young men to enjoy fresh, youthful, and pure flesh and blood. Merpeople, minotaurs, multi-headed dogs, nymphs. An Ouroboros. Phoenix, satyrs. Oh, they had satyrs. Lady Magora would be freaking out right now. Of course they did. They had Pan. Cerberus, but did you know about his younger cousin? Orthrus, two-headed dog? No, please tell me about it, Black Iris. I would love to hear. Did they specifically drink Chianti too? Nisha gets on this. You talk about that shit forever. 3 days is nothing. Mary Rose stream is coming up. It will be 8 days long. Sea goats. Creatures having the back end of a fish and the front parts of a goat. Sure. I'm gonna put sirens because you may reference sirens as in tempting me like a siren. I don't know what sexuality Olivia is. I think that she's not thinking about sexuality, she's thinking about trying to fucking survive. A sphinx, typhon, unicorns, werewolves, winged horses. That could be quite good, because there's animals from Greek mythology are tied into gods. And she's going to have these... She's going to have 3 nights where she's... The first one, she's severely dehydrated. The second one, she's going to see an actual, not hallucination, person. Once she goes underground, she's going to start hallucinating. And is going to attribute that person that she saw as being a hallucination because of dehydration. But it's not. I do need to figure out why that person doesn't kill her if they're infected by the virus, but I'm gonna get there. Midnight! Midnight, everyone! Ding dong, ding dong. Well, I mean, if it is. Where do I sign up? Where do I sign up? Tell me when I will book another week off work. Aww, you guys are the best. Two-headed dog is all I know about it. Also guards the gates of hell or something. I saw it on My Little Pony. That's cool though, Black Iris, because that taught you that. She'll be gay, obviously, since everything you write up ends up the same way. Nuh-uh! Both of my stories are about. The first one is romance, adventure, fantasy, and the second one is fantasy, horror, and adventure. Brilliant, Izzy! Oh, I can't wait to see. Did you send it to me on a DM on Twitch? Because they don't come up on my phone. I will have a look on my laptop. Pardon me, I have a book that's due overtime. Can I still return it to the library? Yes, you can, Lady Magora. We just mentioned you. We're going through Greek mythology creatures and we just saw Pan again. On Twitch, scroll up. Oh. Wifey, happy Magora. 8 days long stream. I'll make sure I book time off work. Someone's going to need to be reminding you to hydrate. Pan, right, Pan. Let me have a look on my laptop, because my DMs don't work on the phones. Oh, I'm watching myself. That's freaky. Or did you send it in chat? I can't see it in chat. Magora! Jixie boy!
I
am a librarian.
am a librarian.
Oh, that's my walk-on. Blurp? Blurp? Okay, so walk-ons only work on desktop? You can't? I can't. Maybe it got filtered out. I made a promise, didn't I? Did you? I believe I will run on. That's usually what you start with. I believe. Here we go. Do I have a walk-on? You do have a walk-on. I put you and Pale with testing walk-ons to see if it would work, but they don't seem to work. And Jinx's work because he refreshes his desktop page, and mine just worked because I opened Twitch on desktop. So maybe they only work on desktop. Mentioned something in Discord, so I heard over there. Ooh. Mine never plays if I'm on mobile or desktop, but you might need to refresh the desktop. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Run! There it is. There's Jinx's. I get it. Also, if you are getting flagged or anything, Izzy, here's our Discord if you want to join. We have a whole writing tab there, and you can talk all about what you're doing. And if you're ever selling any writing, have a look at the self-promotions tab. We'll take a look. I get it. I wasn't flagged. I can't see it. Why can't I see it? I can't see it in chat. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the newest member of the Falconry family? Head over to Pet section in the Discord right now. Oh my god! Easy to burb. Easy to burb. Oh wow! The baby barn owl. Oh my god, they're so different when they're babies. Okay, look at the feet on that thing. I love Noah. Thank you so much for sending us Noah, Lady Magora. What does Twitch have against me? Homophobic, for real. See what? Izzy sent us... It's above the I agree, Pale Rider. Okay, I can see the I agree. I do not see it at all. Other than I'm doing 2 stories. That's what I see above that. It could have been too long. That's true. I might need to refresh it. She did crawl into my vest, making it like a pouch. Oh, you are her mother now. Yeah, Black Iris, Izzy sent a message and I can't seem to see it in the chat for some reason. Maybe try sending it as 2 messages. Yeah, it might be too long. Or, as I say, if you have a Discord, you can join Discord and you can send messages of any length. And I'll be able to see them forever. Mama Magora. Oh, so cute. I was about 5 weeks old. The moment I was a mama kangaroo. Someone bonking me in the back of the head. Is it Mickey? Is it the Mixters? The Mickey? The Mickey boy? I said I was going to take a break today, but I feel like I've only just started with this. Should we do a really long writing stream at some point? I would like that, but knowing my luck, as soon as I plan it, I will have huge writer's block for the stream. So, when she first sees one of the people infected with the virus, what are they dressed as? Who did they work as? Why don't they kill her? all questions I need to know. Maybe she set up a small animal trap and it distracts them and they eat maybe a rabbit caught in it or something. It is your son indeed. Oh, my baby! Did you birth him then? I birthed him. I carried him in my womb for, I don't know, 2 months, and then I just popped him out. I just popped him out. My little baby. My little schmupsy poodle. Yes, because some of the bodies are rising from the beach. Why don't they kill her? There's this a major plot flaw. If I've got zombie-esque creatures who have bloodlust enough to escape from the lab and chase and revive the bodies on the beach, turning them into rotten, undead, horrible things, why on earth don't they go after juicy, healthy Olivia? What's that about? She's immune? That's a good idea. Let's put these, okay. What? Hole. Why aren't they killing Livia? Immune? Question mark? They got full? I'm actually going to put that down. Full. Oh, hi Izzy! Lovely to have you in Discord. Analog horror videos? Yeah, I go into those deep night. She's not that type. I'm writing it. There's got to be something about how can they perceive her as already sick? How can they perceive her as already ill? She's sick. Yeah, that Begsy, same brain. Same brain. They're scared of women. Blood type could be a factor. Ooh. What if I do it under the most basic, like, hang on. Oh, damn it. Cowpox doesn't stay in the body. Cowpox and smallpox don't stay in the body. I was gonna say, what if she contracted it when she was a child or something? I'm back! Hey, Izzy! They don't like her hair colour. Aw, oh, hey Izzy, lovely to have you. Welcome to our crazy little Discord. I'll tag you in, this is our writing chat. There, I should have tagged you in our writing chat. It's a bit of a busy Discord, there's lots of channels. She intimidates them? I can give shitty ideas for days. They're scared of her rejection. What is... What does she experience? She has a laceration on her calf when she arrives. She drinks condensation from the trees and rainwater. That's where I can tell what the two stories are about? Absolutely, Izzy. Absolutely. Not enough meat on her. They have unresolved trauma. She has unresolved trauma and they're just... I'm not in the right place for that. She finds the steel hatch and attempts to pull it open to no avail. and then she sees someone. Then, at this point, the plot hole must be filled. And then a lot of the bodies from the beach go missing. And then she goes down the hatch. So it's not something that she contracts down the hatch. Maybe she's not a fan of being eaten. Did you ask what she was wearing? Did you hear about that guy? It's actually really dark. I'm fairly sure the guy got, like, properly attacked. And, the women in the comments were like, yeah, but what was he wearing? Jesus, man. Been 8 different kingdoms. There used to be 9 different, but one went into hiding because of the war. Love that. Okay, first story sounds amazing, sounds brilliant. Oh, sorry, text from my mother. She bought me lacto-free milk and she's so proud of herself. First one, brilliant idea. It reminds me of Hunger Games, you know, in District 13, and you don't even know that they're there, but they're underground. And woke up her other friends. Up to them for the simulator they had no say being in, and they are in a great surprise now they escaped the simulator world. Love that! Those are excellent novel ideas, both of them. They both have it sort of room for expansion into novels. Are you thinking of making them both into sort of full-length things? Stranger Things is such a vibe, right? Maybe she's wearing a cross pendant. Oh my god! Wait, no, that would be so funny. Is there anything in Greek mythology that has anything to do with this? Nothing really. There's a bunch of gods that are to do with health. That's it. You said they were coming from the water. So what happens is Olivia tries to open a hatch, which is next to her camp. She can't open it. The next morning, she sees that the hatch is open. The night after that, she sees someone and she puts it down to a hallucination because she's severely dehydrated. Then the bodies that she saw washed up on the beach from the same boat that she was washed up from start to disappear, as in they're getting up and walking away and coming back to life. My question is, why aren't they going after Olivia? Do they only go after the dead bodies? Can they only revive the already dead? Are they waiting for her to die? Are they watching her in the night? That could be good, because it's a different take on the whole zombies thing. But then I might have to change the ending. Both are 25 chapters. Brilliant. Very long form. Lots of work though. I had one novel on the run and I had to stop because I hit severe burnout. Bins and House Sorted and Outside. First came out, I didn't like it, but I watched it about a year ago and I can't wait for the new season. Brilliant, Izzy. Hey, Pale, Medora! Are they hunters or scavengers? That's what I'm thinking. Because the connotation was that they were coming out of the hatch for her, but maybe they're coming out of the hatch for the rest of them. In which case there'd be a more of a mythical element, because no virus can spread throughout the body without there being a heartbeat. Been waiting so long for season 5. We're in Google Doc. The second story just started, but the first one I'm already 1,000 words in. Well done, Izzy! The second chapter, brilliant! Do they only revive the dead, and if so, how? Or are the dead... Are they not disappearing? Are they being eaten? And that's what's keeping Olivia okay, because they're full. They literally are already full. But then there wouldn't be any more of them. What is their nature? It's freaking adorable! That is your child, Lady Magora. That is your baby child. Because my original thing is very, my original ending is very, zombies take over the world. Undead corpses from the beach attack Olivia. She abandons camp and runs to higher ground. She sees the helicopter fly by and hails it. It lands, but the undead overwhelm them. Olivia looks on in horror. Time skip, the virus has spread through the birds, and Olivia listens to the reports on a homemade radio. She looks down at the lab worker and contemplates shooting herself, only to carry on walking in her broken boots. Very nihilistic, very end of the world, survivor, human spirit story. And I will have to change that if I change the zombie's nature to fix the plot hole. That's the dilemma I'm in right now. Biologists, you might know about it. There is a point where bacteria decide that they have enough of them to actually do something. A critical mass. What if the zombies will not attack critical mass as it were? Sorry, critical mass as it were. What if the zombies will not attack until there is a critical mass of bacteria within the living person's body to be able to take over instantly when she dies, so that it overwhelms the bacteria and fungus that causes the rot? That is a really good idea. You mean from the initial point of infection, there is a waiting time where they are infected, but the immune system doesn't realise yet. That's a really good idea. I will have to scrap the bodies being turned, I think. Unless some of the others are alive too. And they would attack the weakest, which is why they aren't attacking her. They would go for the weakest first. That's a good idea. As he crawled onto my wall and she liked to hide from the wind, cold and the rain. It was so adorable. And her little face popping out curiously, yet a little shyly. She's like, I still want to see what's going on. I still want to see. Or he, I don't know for sure. Birds are really hard to sex. Survival of the fittest. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so. Plot hole fix. Number 1. Some of the bodies washed up are alive. And Olivia will try to help them. Now I can introduce something freakier here. She tries to help them. She's trying to nurse them. And one day after the hatch is open, they just pop up. And they say they feel great, they feel amazing. They're like, I can't believe what you've done, that's so cool. and then they start to show weird behaviors. But this is going to make it a longer story. How do you sex a bird if there aren't huge color differences? Well, it's either a blood test or a photograph ultrasound scan of their cloaca, but they can be really deceptive. The immune system cannot detect fight it. If there's not enough of the bacteria when the host dies, the normal bacteria within the body that causes the decay can get going enough before the zombie bacteria fully takes enough to start rotting the body. The rot bacteria allows the zombie virus or bacteria to live within it, is a more friendly environment. And act as queen host, exactly. Birds of prey males are smaller than females. That's crazy difficult then, it is. You're cute, baby by now too! Let me explore this idea. Because if she has other people with her, I'm just thinking 2 other people, 2 patients. One is unresponsive and one is almost responsive and is one of the first to get infected. And Olivia's like, you should not be acting like this if we're this dehydrated. And they went after them, or they infected them rather than Olivia because they were closer to death. Yeah, this could help tie it together. I'm thinking it through in my head. And I'm thinking about whether or not they're going to see the infections. And I'm thinking the original infection is from the comatose patient. So you have what's going on without Olivia seeing. Olivia sees none of this. Is an infected escapes from the lab, goes up into the island, bites the person that she's trying to heal that is in a comatose state. And then the comatose person is going to wake up, feel great, and start trying to bite the others, basically. Which introduces, there is some observation and intelligence to the virus infected individuals. Because they understand that the virus will not be spread if they out themselves as infected. This is during the first few days of infection. After that, they'll just be mindless. That would technically fix the plot hole. I'm not super happy with it. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. What other solutions do we have? We have... The infected purely want to eat, they don't want to infect. Does Olivia maybe sleep in trees, a little bit like Katniss in the Hunger Games? She could be worried about predators because she doesn't know where she is. That would stop them from getting to her. Well, I think I'm infected then. Well, I think that's me done. So they go directly to the beach and frenzy. I'm using this word. So when foxes get in a frenzy, they often take one bite out of every chicken in a coop. And so I'm maybe thinking they take like one bite out of everything at the beach because they're in such a frenzy. That would again work, so that some of them would get infected and some of them would get eaten. I like this one. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. That's a good idea. Thank you! Trying to flirt with me? Should have to talk to my hubby. My hubby! I have to talk to my husband and my baby barn owl. I can imagine the barn owl coming out and being like, who? Who want to flirt with my mother? Who? I don't see Christian around. I don't see the guy. Pale! Okay, I like that one. What else do we have? That she's already ill. Already infected by touching the hatch. Eating the island food. In which case, why is she not getting sick? This drastically changes the ending. Um, 6 out of 10. I'll get the popcorn. Salted for me, please. Me too! Me too. Salted popcorn is elite. Could it be something like really simple, like she's wearing sun cream and they can't smell her? Could it be something really silly like that? Boys, boys, boys. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. If it's spreading through the birds, the original ending says it spreads through the birds to the rest of the world. Then it's only released when she opens the hatch. or when she triggers the infected that's under the hatch to open it. Or it could be that I take it in a different direction entirely and I say that she's having hallucinations of these undead creatures, but it's not actually happening. But there is a plague. Sorry, this is a lighter. I shouldn't play with that on stream. And there is actually a plague that's spreading, and she's seeing it kill the birds and the wildlife and the things that she originally sees when she goes there. He who shall not be named anymore. So she knows she's released a really nasty virus. And that's why she can't go home. Or why she can't try to go home, because she knows that she's carrying it. And that's her moral dilemma. So does she flag the helicopter down, or does she say absolutely not? And let me write that one down. Then she morally has to ask herself, can I seek rescue if I'm infected? I plead the fifth. In such a case, here's how to solve it. Toss a coin to your witcher, make it head or tails. True. True. There's something a little bit, I don't want it, The first one grows on me because I like the thought of somebody else being there and suddenly leaping up and saying, I feel fine. And that in itself being absolutely terrifying for Olivia. Because they should not feel fine, because they've not been eating, sleeping, or drinking. So something else in his system is causing him to feel fine. I like the creepiness of that one. I like the logic of the second one. That one drastically changes the ending. But that is the best one. To think that she is infected as well. It's our drink, even though I do not have a drink at the moment. Zombie thing. Nanobot DNA reprogrammer. Probably a nefarious reasons. But for sure, slowing aging and repairing the body. Discarded because the program was a bit wonky. Gets loose onto the scientist. In a panic, the scientist accidentally dies. The nanobots can't replicate themselves fast enough to bring back the scientist before the natural decay happens. After a while, they manage to restore some body function, but higher brain function is gone. I'm screenshotting that, Pale. That's a really good idea. Because then it's the nature of the nanobots to just be that guy, or to take Olivia too. I'll take it. Pale Christian! In my Christian Minecraft server. Also, I maybe like the fact Sorry, I muted. There was some background noise. I may like the fact that she is comparing her own... Because the thing about the scientists down there is they chose to die. They're down there and they chose to die. They chose not to seek rescue. They chose not to call for help because they knew they were infected. That's why the body has the gun. Because he has shot all of the other people and then himself. That's why they're not fully infected, and that's why they don't get back up. So there's maybe something to do with that, and Olivia thinking, right, I cannot seek rescue because I am infected with this horrible contagious virus. And so she chooses to live out the rest of her life on the island, but then people come to rescue her. But that is her worst fear. Does she have to kill them? What is the moral answer to that? As soon as they set foot on the island, they're dead. Do you see what I mean? Like, this is a much bigger, like, thing. A moral question. If you are infected with a deadly virus that kills everyone it comes across, what do you do with yourself? Instead of SOS, stay away. Exactly. There's something there that I like. I'm gonna put that on an 8 out of 10. Doesn't mean that I'll use it, but that's a good thing. Sharing is caring. It tries to find how it manages to infect the next person purely because of the wonky programming can't stop it. The next person dies too before the nanobots hit critical mass, but don't know how to yet. Thinking the next person's a cop who dies unrelated, comes back as a zombie with nanobots, affects others who die before critical mass until one who doesn't, and they get critical mass before they die and is able to survive. And did they become the hive mind? That's my question. Sometimes I just want to see the world burn in Minecraft. This is probably the darkest story that I've ever tried to write. I don't like putting my characters through so much, but I'm seeing Olivia not as a person, but as a metaphor for self-sacrifice, for peace, for logic, and for the flaw of humanity wanting to survive. Logically, by all accounts, when she knows she's infected, she should shoot herself in the head immediately. But of course she's not going to do that because every human wants to survive. Right? Hive Mind, Borg Queen, Super Soldier, Highlander. Not Highlander. And there's trying of contagiousism. There are some good ideas for the plot hole fix. I'm unsure which one I'm going to pick yet. Yeah, that's where I got it from. I think the interview went well. I'm so glad, Tay. We will know Friday or Saturday. I'm so pleased for you, Tay. Well done. I have my fingers crossed for you. I got my fingers, my toes, my eyes, my everything crossed for you, Tay. You deserve a better job than the one that you're in, for sure. Woo, go Tay! I don't know which one I'm going to pick, and that's fine for now. I've screenshotted both of those. I'll put screenshotted times 2. I'm gonna head out. See you tomorrow. No worries, Lady Magora. You have a lovely night. Thank you for hanging out with us and for sharing that lovely picture of the barn owl. It's beautiful. They're beautiful, and I'm so glad you're a mother now. Okay, so this is the last prompt added, so I'm gonna put it after this. This is all the details like this. I'm going to put it in that order. So I guess the question is whether or not there's two options that I've explored really that they can be boiled down to. Either it is chance that they don't attack her, or there is some sort of intelligence and the infected are targeting the sickest first, or the infected are, it's not a virus, it's nanotech, or that they infect the bodies only to repair them before making them sick, or repair them before controlling them, or something like that. That's a little bit like the fungus in what was that story? It had the big vampire lady in it called Lady Domitresque. Final Fantasy, right? But is that Final Fantasy? Is it? No, Final Fantasy is something different. But anyway, kind of like the fungus in that story, where he is kept alive by his infection rather than killed by it. Resident Evil, that's it. I was like, surely it's not that. Thank you, Christian. Good night, Cutie Megora, sweet dreams, Nanobot Undead, the newer generation of Cybermen from Doctor Who. Exactly, Tay. Well, that is Pale's idea, and I love it. So we're fixing a plot hole at the moment, Tay. So we have all of the story planned out. It is ready to go. But there are 3 nights in which the main character spends on the island with what are classical zombies on the island as well. And my question is, why is she not attacked by them? As she is weak, dehydrated, sleeping on the forest floor. They are going to go for an alternative thing, which is the bodies on the beach, rather than her, who is juicy and alive and ready to be eaten. Why are they doing that? So we're trying to sort that out. Accidental or not planned at my Missy, and not ruined by PE. Already infected. That's one of the options. Olivia is already infected by touching the hatch, eating the island's food, or drinking the water, suggesting that the entire island is contaminated, rather than just the underground. In which case, the question after that is, why does she not get immediately sick if she is infected? Which my answer to that would be, like the Resident Evil fungus, the infection is helping to repair her and then control her, rather than kill her. Right? A live host is better than a weak host, but it's going to slowly make her lose her mind. In which case she's going to start seeing more and more characters from her study of the classics. She's going to start seeing sort of Greek myths everywhere, and that could be a really cool writing exercise. I know the answer. They don't eat flesh. They eat the rot. Ooh, that's a good idea. Hale, that is a damn good idea. Hang on. That would make them like maggots. They don't eat fresh flesh. Maybe she has a certain immune system that's rare with human. We've put immunity on the list, yeah. We've put that she's perhaps got an immunity to it. And I've drawn parallel that it could be like a smallpox-esque virus or a rabies-esque virus. So maybe she's vaccinated, or maybe she contracted cowpox when she was younger or something like that. I thought about that, but apparently it doesn't stay in the blood. But we did put immune question mark. Maybe she's immunocompromised and the virus latches onto the white blood cell. That's a good point. Maybe her immune system isn't strong enough. If I assign some sort of intelligence to the virus, then surely they would go for the healthiest person first. And she would get really sick. She would get really sick. But if she's immunocompromised, there are immunocompromised people who lack certain types or certain specialities of T cells and B cells, sort of thing. So when they get a primary infection, they're fine, but when they get a really complicated one, they are very not fine. The sadist in the or the switch in me says that it's because someone is either specifically sparing her or she's carrying something in her that is the anthema to the zombies. Like maybe she has a symbiote or parasite that needs to host to combat the cause of the zombies, but the trade-off is psychosis. That I feel would live in the lab. As in, the things in the lab, there's not just the study of the virus in the lab, but there's the study of how to fight it in the lab. And maybe Olivia just fucking drinks that thing. And you're right, it could be bound to a parasite, it could be bound to something that latches onto her brain and makes her see things. We could get as freaky as we like. I like that idea, Tay. I'm gonna put it under what else is in the underground bunker. Question mark. The options are limitless. Once the bunker's open, the options are limitless. I'm thinking maybe there's a water source. A water source that lives above the underground bunker that is infected with something, and Olivia drinks from it and she either becomes infected or becomes immune. But as a plot point, there's fresh water above the bunker that is contaminated. Maybe not immune, but undetectable. The Kronos Project! That is an excellent name. Most biowarfare labs create the nasties so they can create the cure for when the enemy creates the nasties. Ooh. Have you seen the film of Doom? I have not. Should I? I love the name The Kronos Project. So yeah, they have it down there, not just to study it, but to try and synthesize a cure to it. But it gets out and infects them. So there is an option for her to be okay here. And one of the biggest features is going to be this underground bunker that I've just put as bunker, but it's going to be much more multifaceted than that. There's going to be that first room with the feasting table and the dead bodies. There's going to be the laboratory containing a scientist infected and some lab notes that tell her what the virus is. That is all that I've come up with. So there could be other rooms. It could be a big facility. Spawn spreadable creation that infects to create the zombies. What if it was like, okay, what if I changed the nature of the virus? This is just, I probably won't use this, but how cool would this be? If she is helping haul the dead bodies off from the beach and they start coming back to life and they start looking super healthy and they start saying that they feel great, but they're acting really fucking strange. And so it's like you say, there's a trade-off in something to do with mentality for healing, or like Fountain of Youth, or like Eternal Life sort of thing. That's another story option right there.
No, it's shit, but the virus that turns people into demons also turns Carl Urban into the Doomslayer based on ancient genetic marker. I'll take it. Genetic marker. Those things are actually real. You want to know about genetic markers? Let me show you. I'll get the statistic. Junk DNA, that's it. The vast majority of DNA, around 99%, is non-coding. It is junk. We have no reason for it. There is no function to it. I didn't know it was as high as 99%. That's quite scary. So it's something that we needed in the past. It's something that we needed when we were Neanderthals, probably. And it has just sat. We retain it for some reason. Which would make sense if this was a smallpox/rabies virus, or maybe some sort of ancient virus that they were looking at. Maybe from the Plague of Athens? And she has that genetic marker. Maybe because she's Greek. Protein coding sequences. As we are made of protein, that just means the stuff that instructs us to grow, make us us, decides our hair color stuff. However, they make up only about 1 to 2% of most vertebrate genomes. There are also functional but non-coding such as regulatory, origins of replication, and centrometers. They make up 3 to 8% of the human genome. Yeah, I thought it was about 90, not 99. So we sometimes transcribe meaningless DNA. Yes, pale, good idea. Ancient virus. Frozen in glacier. Mutated genes as bubonic plague changes your DNA and makes them immune to HIV, which is why 1% of all Caucasian males carry this gene. So cool. Excavating Atlantis! Oh, we could take this in so many different directions. Excavating Atlantis. Love that. Pale? Yes, pale. But yeah, junk DNA is one of the biggest sort of question marks about it. Is it that we carry so much junk because it is an option, or because they're stress genes that aren't activated? I'm feeling so sleepy. I've slept 3 to 4 hours a night, 3 nights. Does anyone want to cuddle, stroke my hair, and whisper sweet nothings to me until I fall asleep? Yes, Bexy, I volunteer. I volunteer as tribute. Can I talk to you about DNA as you drift off, though? Yeah, some of the viruses that invaded the mammalian genome long ago have been repurposed for key roles in development. Nearly half of our DNA, so the number is very variable I'm finding on these websites, has been written off as junk. The discards of evolution, sidelined or broken gene viruses that got stuck in our genome, that were dismembered or silenced, none of them are relevant to the human organism or human evolution. So why do we carry it? Why don't we destroy it? It's really interesting. It suggests that the more DNA an organism has, the more ancient it is.
But don't tomatoes have like 30 times the DNA that we do? Now I drive. Oh, good day. See you later. Oh, you mean now I drive to Bexy? Don't be a human brooder too. Is you whispering to me? You can be talking about whatever you want. It's going to be this. Yeah, we have ancient retroviruses, which means we have a... If you think of lino printing, where you have to do everything backwards, it's like a backwards print of a virus. So this could work if she finds something about junk DNA in that file that she finds. In which case, there could be a bigger conspiracy, as in somebody wanted Olivia to end up on this island and got her there by sinking the ship. I also need to plug my phone into charge, which means my... That's not right. That's the wrong one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll be coming back soon. Oh, it did come back. It just turned the light off. Alright. Never mind. I reckon it's genetic memories, not like the Assassin's Creed Animus, but more like the Uncanny Valley, where for some reason unknown to written history, all humans find things that look almost human, creepy, and scary and wrong. Exactly. No one teaches us that kind of fear, but it's there. And why on earth would a human have to fear something that looks almost human? You know, stress genes where you see a spider and the gene is like, nah, It's possible. It is a process of trial and error, and the fact that we're carrying junk DNA of, I don't know, a cold. We're carrying... Real pale. Thank you for those biddies. But we could be carrying DNA for a virus that our ancestor 40,000 years ago could have had a week-long sniffles for. And we're still carrying that. That's so crazy. Might fall in love and learn something all at once, and that's dangerous. Having issues, and I don't know if it would work. Back up before your stream ends. No worries, Izzy. If this is the last time I see you, I will say goodbye. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the follow. It's been lovely to have you. If it's not the last time I see you, I'll see you in a bit. I am going to be off stream in about 6 minutes. Oh, there it goes again. Yep. That's what you guys have to cope with. I'm trying to keep my phone alive.
Disrespecting our tea was one thing, but an even nastier slap in the tits was to come.
Real though. Wait, they merged a bit. I thought they were part of the same one. Thank you, Pale, and thank you, Jinx. I don't know how to spell necessary. 2.
Oh, fuck the hell yes.
Fuck the hell yes. Yeah. Thank you, Pale, for those biddies. I like that junk DNA idea a lot, actually. So we have it when we need it. Oh, there's some junk DNAs that we have that do not help our health. I suppose that makes sense. I suppose that makes sense. People are genetically predisposed to a lot of diseases. Junk DNA and genetic disease. Yep, there it is. Mutations in junk DNA lead to genetic disease. Interesting. Do it, Pale. You got this evening? Are your evening plans sorted? Mainly Rosamund Pike is in there too. I do like Rosamund Pike, to be fair. Though she freaked me out in her, what was it? It was her... It was to do with radiation. Do you know the... Who's the lady? You know the lady with radiation? She freaked me out in that movie. Wow, cancer and lupus are linked to junk DNA. That's crazy. Marie Curie, that's it. In the Marie Curie film, she freaked me out. I don't know why she freaked me out so much. And I went, oh, hello. Oh, hello. Hello there. Hello. That's interesting, because that suggests that we could edit it. If it's junk DNA, if it is non-encoding junk DNA, I should say, then we could edit it without any issues for the patient's proteins, which means the patient's body. Oh, fuck the hell yes. Hello, Rosie. Nice to meet you. Nice to mole you. I mean, meet you. Oh god, but we've got only 1 minute left. But that is a very interesting theory, and I want to look a little bit more into junk DNA and try and put it into this story. Look how big. Look how many pages this is getting now. This is big. This is a chubbawonga of a story. I'm gonna put it back in the folder for now. I do intend to write it all up. But this is the big one. But yeah, that was it for today. So we delved deep into Greek mythology. We had a look at the Tartarus, the Labyrinth, and a lot of mythical creatures in between. I hope you enjoyed the journey. At MedPlates, don't say goodbye. They know I appreciate and treasure you all. We appreciate and treasure you too, Tay. It's lovely for you to come by and see us all. And let's raid out to someone. We haven't raided out this week yet. So, I will find someone. Oh, we've got Nerdarine, we've got Bamzors, we got the Black-Clad Wanderer, and we have With Malice. Let's go with Nerdarine. We haven't said hi to Nerdarine in a while, so we're going to go raid out to Nerdarine. If you have the raid emote, feel free to spam that. If you don't, just say writer's raid, I guess. Emotionally tangled from that whisper offer, FYI. Oh, I'll make you some whispering ASMR. No worries, Jinx. Gonna head off to bed. No worries, Pale. Learned a lot about zombies and Greek mythology. Me too! But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting, for lurking, for everything in between. Thank you so much for those biddies. Very generous. And I hope you all have the most wonderful evenings. I'll be back tomorrow in Discord for the 5 p.m. writing club, and at 6 p.m. we will be doing more bad decisions in Batman, which should be fun. But we shall go say hi to Nerderead now.
I can never do wrong. I'm so innocent. This is my song. But when I'm flirting, when she's flirting, I'm a stone cold.
Have a good night, all. Everyone, have a good night, all.
So innocent for this.
Whisper ASMR. Oh my god, yes, please. I shall have to take you up on that, or you can take me up on that. But yeah, I shall see you all over in Nerdereens. We'll say goodbye for now and see you tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for being here. Bye, everyone.